Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh my God, it's 6 in the morning.
In a formal setting, how would you say, "Sure, here you are"?
Give me 1 second. Sure, here you are. You see? Sorry, I'm trying to think. I mean, I feel like I know sure. But it's been, 2 days? Wouldn't sure be... Oh my goodness. Sure would be, it is something simple, but I can't think. Sure is... Oh my goodness, I can't think. See, what? Oh my goodness, y'all. I just learned it. Like, not just learned it, but I knew the word, but I didn't know that was like an easier way to say yes. Not también. I want to say, oh my God. Sure. Oh my gosh. I'm not giving up. I'm going to think about this one. I'm pissed that I can't remember. So I'm just going to waste y'all time. Maybe I'll cut this part of the video. I don't know. But I got to figure this out. Sure. Sure. It's something so simple that I say now since learning it. What do I say? I say, not compromiso, not oh my gosh. It's something sociable. So C or C um oh my goodness. I know here you are. Tiene aquí. No, aquí. Aquí tiene. Sure. Claro. I think that's what it is. Claro. All right. Final answer. If I'm wrong, it is what it is.
Claro, aquí tiene.
Ugh. Y'all. That was brutal to my brain, but I feel like there's some kind of psychology behind this. Because if you don't give up, right? I don't even know. But I knew it was a short something. Oh. And it's like really, really early in the morning. Like so early that I shouldn't even be up. Claro, aquí tiene. There you have it. It hurt. That hurt my brain, but it felt good because that's what it is. Okay. So when I was in college, we learned memory retrieval, like the different parts of the brain that help you remember. So you got short-term memory and long-term memory storage and all these other types of memory storage, like trauma. And when you have like good memories, all your memories are stored. All of them. That's why when you have like, if you're a person who has a lot of lucid dreams, a lot of dreams, period. Those are all your memories kind of like jumbled up, and your brain is using that time to sift through them, all your worries, everything. So that's why you need rest, so that your brain can kind of like reset and not spend so much time on receiving information and just kind of sorting out the information. Y'all. So it was there. It was probably in one of my short-term memory files. It was there. But for whatever reason, it was difficult to retrieve, mostly because of all the information I've been learning at one time. Yeah, so I'm just saying, it's there. If you're struggling, like how I just was struggling, if you're struggling to retain, just keep going over it, because it's there. It's there. Your brain is a muscle that has to get used to using certain neurons, using certain muscles within it.
Do you remember how to say, enjoy?
Me and my kid was saying this weekend, so I know it's there. Bien primavera. Bien primavera.
Buen provecho.
Provecho. and it's not bien, it's buen provecho. Provecho. Buen provecho.
Let's see if you can say spoon.
Cuchara.
Cuchara.
Do you remember how to say, waiter, bring me a spoon, please, in a formal setting?
I don't remember waiter. Mancero. Mancero. Traerme un cuchara, por favor.
Mesero, tráigame una cuchara, por favor.
Mesero. So I got that one right. Mesero, tráigame una cuchara, por favor. Tráigame. So, tráigame.
Traiga.
Tráigame. Bring is tráigame. Which I don't understand why it's not traerme. Traerme. What's the difference between? Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. Because this is how my brain works. It got to make sense. And if it don't make sense, I got to figure out how to make it make sense. The difference between traerme and traigame in Spanish. Okay. Traerme. Oops. I spelled it. Oh, traer and traiga. Okay. Traerme is used when you want someone to bring you something specifically to you, bring something specifically to you. While tráigame is a polite way to ask someone to bring you. Okay, so one is like, can you bring me that salt? Bring me that. Can you bring me that menu on the table? Versus, can you bring me, generally speaking, and then you ask for whatever it is you want, I guess. Let's see if this other definition will help me. Tráigame y tráeme. Tráigame is for family, friends, closer people in general. Tráigame, you are speaking to an unknown person. You're polite. Tráeme is for family. Oh, okay. Okay. That's probably why it's imperative. That makes sense. Mesero, tráigame una cuchara, por favor. I know this is a lot of ways to say things formally and informally. I feel like we have those in English, but we're so rude. We just say them to everybody.
All right, let's learn how to say knife. Listen closely and repeat.
Cuchillo.
Cuchillo. Cuchillo.
Cuchillo.
Cuchillo. Cuchillo.
Cuchillo.
Cuchillo. So cuchara y cuchillo. Or cuchillo.
How do you say knife?
Cuchillo.
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 Here's how you would say fork.
Tenedor.
Tenedor.
What's the way to say Fork.
Tenedor.
Tenedor.
Y'all.
Here's a good question. How would you say, waitress, bring me a knife and a fork, please? In a formal situation.
Mesero, tráigame una cuchillo y contenedor, por favor.
Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
Mesera. See, they switched that one up instead of mesero. I guess it's a female this time. Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo
Cuchillo.
y un tenedor, por favor. Cuchillo. Yeah, I'm gonna have to practice this one.
Nice. Now practice saying, I want to see the menu, please.
Yo quiero ver un el menú, por favor.
Quiero ver el menú, por favor.
Quiero ver el menú, por favor. Quiero ver el menú, por favor.
Do you remember how to say, sure, here you are, in a formal setting?
Claro, tiene aquí. O aquí tiene, lo siento, aquí tiene.
Claro, aquí tiene.
Claro, aquí tiene.
Do you remember how to say, waiter, bring me a spoon, please? In a formal setting.
Mesera o mesero, traerme un cuchillo, por favor.
Mesero, tráigame una cuchara, por favor.
Cuchara. I'm so stuck on knife. Okay, cuchara. I know cuchara and I know tenedor.
Do you remember how to say, waitress, bring me a knife and a fork, please? In a formal setting.
Mesero, tráigame una cuchillo y tenedor, por favor.
Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
Y un tenedor, por favor. Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
When the situation is formal, use
Traiga.
to say, bring, imperative.
Oh, see, they telling me, but I looked up. Could have been a little bit more patient. I don't know why my alarm is going. That's my alarm for the school year. But my phone that broke on when I was traveling for my first time. Now it comes on randomly. It cuts on. And it's usually only when it's time for the alarm to go off. Okay. Traiga.
In a formal setting, how would you say, bring, imperative?
Traiga. Por favor, traiga. Traiga.
Traiga.
Now, try your best to figure out how to formally say, bring a spoon for my husband.
Traiga a hold on, let me pause this, y'all. My brain just did somersaults. Traiga una cuchara por mi esposo.
Traiga una cuchara para mi esposo.
Ta-da! Traiga una cuchara para mi esposo.
Do you remember how to say, "Sure, here you are," in
Claro,
a formal setting?
claro. Aquí tiene.
Claro, aquí tiene.
Do you remember how to say, "Waiter, bring me a spoon, please," in a
Mesero,
formal setting?
mesero, tráigame una cuchara, por favor.
Mesero, tráigame una cuchara, por favor.
Mesero, mese. Is that a maestro? So to me, this looked like maestro, and I know I'm probably getting mixed up. Pero mesero, tráigame una cuchara, por favor.
Do you remember how to say, "Waitress, bring me a knife and a fork, please," in a formal setting?
Mesera, uh, tráigame una, tráigame una cuchillo. I forgot it already. See, cuchillo y cuchara, por favor.
Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
Cuchillo. Okay. Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo. Cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
In a formal setting, how would you say, "Bring a spoon for my husband"?
Traiga una cuchara por mi esposo.
Traiga una cuchara para mi esposo.
Para mi esposo. Tráigame una cuchara para mi esposo.
Let's learn how to say, "Son."
Hijo,
Hijo,
Okay, now try to say, "Son."
hijo.
hijo.
Based on what you've already learned, what do you think is the correct way to say, "Waiter, bring a fork for my son, please," in a formal setting?
Mesero, traiga un tenedor para mi hijo, por favor.
Mesero, traiga un tenedor para mi hijo, por favor.
Mesero, traiga un tenedor para mi hijo, por favor. Yay! I wish I could have said this in when I was going, but it's all good, y'all. I still have time because we still have Spanish speaking places here. We still have Mexican restaurants, all kinds of stuff. We don't really have too much of like, like, I mean, other than like poppy stores, I think they Dominican. So they're probably not going to understand me. I'm going to be speaking too slow. Mesero, traiga un tenedor para mi hijo, por favor.
Do you remember how to say, "Waiter, bring me a spoon, please," in a formal setting?
Mesero, tráigame un cuchara, por favor.
Mesero, tráigame una cuchara, por favor.
Mesero, tráigame una cuchara, por favor.
Do you remember how to say, "Waitress, bring me a knife and a fork, please," in a formal setting?
Y'all, I just realized she been saying two different things, waitress and waiter. Okay. Mesera, tráigame ¿cómo se dice? Cuchillo. Tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor. Mesella, tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
Okay. So I keep saying Cheeto, like Cheeto. It's cuchillo. Cuchillo. Yo. Mesera, tráigame un cuchillo y un tenedor, por favor.
In a formal setting, how would you say, bring a spoon for my husband?
Traiga. Oh, I forgot. I thought it was traiga. Yes, it is. Okay. Traiga una cuchara por mi esposo, por favor. Traiga una cuchara para mi esposo. Esposo.
Traiga una cuchara para mi esposo.
Buenos días. ¿Qué pasó? What's up? I'll be right there. Go back to sleep. It's really early. Give me a kiss. Dame. Un beso. Dame. I'll be right there, okay? Okay. I don't know why she woke up so early.
Do you remember how to say, waiter, bring a fork for my son, please? In a formal setting.
Mesero, traiga un tenedor para mi hijo, por favor.
Mesero, traiga un tenedor para mi hijo, por favor.
Say what? Mesero, traiga un tenedor para mi hijo, por favor.
How do you say knife?
Cuchillo.
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 What's the way to say fork?
Tenedor.
Tenedor.
In a formal setting, how would you say bring, imperative?
Traiga.
Traiga.
Okay, now try to say son.
Hijo.
Hijo.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, that was an easy little test. In the beginning, it hit me, but we got through it. So yes, tomorrow or mañana is lesson 10. I mean, lesson 11, lo siento. Lesson 11, we just did 10 aquí, or ahora. Yeah, next week, we will do a whole run through of all the lessons. It's going to be a week long marathon. I can't fit them in weekends anymore because there's just so much that we have already covered. So next week, instead of moving on to chapter, what is that, 3? Let me make sure. No, chapter 4. So instead of moving to chapter 4, we're going to do an entire from chapter 1 all the way through chapter 2, okay? So be ready for that. That'll be 5 days instead of the 2 days that I try to squeeze in. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day or buenos dias.